Welcome to Backbone Unlimited. My name is Matt Hartsky. In this episode, we're breaking down 101 mule deer facts every Western hunter should know. Mule deer are one of the most misunderstood big game animals in the West, and the more you learn about how they actually think, feed, move, survive, and avoid hunters, the more deadly you become on the mountain. These facts aren't random trivia. Each one explains something about how mule deer behave, where they live, how they use terrain, how they avoid pressure, and why mature bucks are so difficult to kill unless you understand the patterns behind their decisions. A lot of hunters chase mule deer the same way they chase opportunity. Fast, reactive, and scattered. But mule deer don't live that way. They survive on consistency, memory, habitat, and instinct. So today we're going to go deep 101 clean, clear, hunter-focused mule deer facts to help you understand what's really happening out there and how to use that knowledge to put more bucks in front of your glass, in your bow sight, or in your rifle scope. Let's get into it. Mule deer fact number 1. Mule deer get their name from their oversized mule-like ears. Those ears act like satellite dishes that swivel independently to isolate sound. This allows them to locate danger long before most hunters ever know they're nearby. Fact number 2, mule deer ears rotate almost 180 degrees. This gives them the ability to track predators or hunters without moving their head. When you see a mule deer's ears lock in your direction, assume they know you're there. Movement kills stalks more than noise. Fact number 3, mule deer are native to Western North America. They evolved in broken, rugged terrain where visibility, escape routes, and cover are everything. This is why they thrive in country that discourages casual hunters. If a place is miserable to hunt, mature bucks probably love it. Fact number 4, mule deer are primarily browsers. Their diet revolves around shrubs, forbs, and woody plants rather than large amounts of grass. This is why they gravitate toward edges where multiple plant types meet. If you hunt only grassy meadows, you're hunting elk habitat, not mule deer habitat. Fact number 5, their digestive systems allow them to survive on low-quality browse. Mule deer can extract nutrients from tough, woody plants that other animals ignore. This keeps them alive in brutal drought years. Hunters should focus on shrub-rich terrain when moisture is limited. Fact number 6, mule deer can leap nearly 10 feet high from a standstill. This explosive bounding helps them escape predators in broken terrain. When pressured, they don't always run far. They just reposition to a new vantage. Expect them to flee uphill and watch their back trail. Fact number 7, their stotting gait increases efficiency on steep slopes. That pogo stick bounce isn't random. It helps mule deer create distance while saving energy. Hunters often misjudge how quickly a buck can disappear in difficult country. They vanish because they're built for this terrain. Fact number 8, mule deer have a black-tipped tail. It's one of the easiest ways to differentiate them from whitetails at a distance. If you see a long white flag, it's not a mule deer. If you see a dark-tipped rope-like tail, adjust your strategy for mule deer behavior. Fact number 9, mule deer antlers fork, then fork again. This is why the typical mule deer rack forms a 4x4 pattern. Antler shape helps buck identification, but it also gives clues about age and genetics. Wide forks usually indicate a more mature buck. Fact number 10, antlers begin growing each spring. Nutrition and stress levels during this period shape antler size more than anything else. Drought, winter severity, and even early spring green up all impact potential. If antler size matters to you, monitor moisture patterns. Fact number 11, velvet antlers are rich in blood vessels. This soft covering supplies nutrients for rapid antler growth. Bucks protect their velvet from damage until late summer. Once rubbed, their behavior becomes more aggressive and territorial. Fact 12, mule deer shed their velvet in late August and early September. This marks the shift into pre-rut behavior. Bucks begin separating from summer bachelor groups and start acting more cautious. If you're archery hunting, this is when patterns often break. Fact 13, bucks form bachelor groups all summer long. They do this because food is abundant and competition is unnecessary. Come fall, these groups dissolve almost overnight. Don't assume a buck you see in July will be near the same place in September. Fact number 14, mature bucks often separate from younger bucks early. They seek isolation to avoid unnecessary attention. When you find a big buck bedding alone in a subtle pocket, you found a deer that survived hunters for years. Fact number 15, mule deer have incredible peripheral vision. Their eyes sit on the sides of their head, giving them nearly 360 degrees of visibility. This makes frontal stalks extremely difficult. You've got to have a side angle approach and contouring routes that give you a better chance. Fact 16, mule deer see movement far better than detail. You can often get away with imperfect camo and solids if you stay still, but the moment you move, they'll pick you off instantly. Movement, not color, ruins more stalks. Fact 17, mule deer have a highly developed sense of smell. They rely on wind to detect danger long before they see or hear you. If the wind is wrong, the stalk is over, period. Fact 18, their sense of smell helps them detect predators over a half-mile away. That includes hunters who think they're being careful. Thermals and wind behavior matter more with mule deer than almost any other big game species. Fact 19, mule deer prefer bedding on slopes with multiple escape routes. They rarely sleep in flat terrain unless heavily pressured. When scouting, identify bedding slopes with cover, wind advantage, and visibility. Fact 20, mule deer often bed on the leeward side of ridges. This reduces scent exposure while giving them a view downhill. Hunters should glass leeward pockets, especially when wind is steady and predictable. Fact 21, bucks frequently bed above does. This gives them a visual and scent advantage. During the rut, bucks position themselves to monitor doe groups while staying semi-hidden. Fact 22, mule deer often rotate bedding positions during the day. They do this as shade changes or wind shifts. If you don't see deer where you expect them, check 20 to 40 yards to either side of known beds. Fact 23, mule deer coats change color seasonally. Red in summer, more gray in winter, always matching their environment. Bucks blend seamlessly into sage and broken timber, making glassing discipline essential. Fact 24, mule deer chew cud like elk and cattle. They often feed heavy early, then bed and ruminate through the late morning. This is why mid-morning stillness is common in mule deer country. Fact 25, mule deer can survive long periods without open water. They extract moisture from the plants they browse. In dry units, find the best green shrubs and you're going to find more deer. Fact 26, some mule deer migrate more than 100 miles each year. Those migrations follow ancient paths passed down through generations. If you want to find deer in migratory units, track plant green-up and snow lines. Fact 27, Wyoming has the longest documented mule deer migration in the world. These routes are critical to herd survival. When migration corridors are blocked or fragmented, deer numbers drop sharply. Fact 28, mule deer follow the green wave. They move with new plant growth from low to high elevation. This affects where bucks are located at different times of the year. Fact 29, snow depth dictates winter mule deer survival. Deep snow reduces movement, limits forage, and increases predation. Heavy winters often produce major population drops the following year. Fact 30, fawns are usually born in June. Timing is everything. Fawns drop when forage is at its peak nutrition. This increases survival odds. Fact 31, does commonly give birth to twins when food has been plentiful. Harsh winters or drought drop twin rates quickly. Twin numbers reflect herd health. Fact 32, fawns rely heavily on their camouflage. Their spotted coats make them nearly invisible in dappled light. Hunters often walk right past bedded fawns without noticing. Fact 33, predation is a major factor in mule deer survival. Fawns are most vulnerable, but adult deer face threats too. Predator density dramatically shapes deer numbers. Fact 34, mountain lions are the top predator of mule deer. In many regions, lions kill more mule deer than hunters do. Cat density often explains declining mule deer herds. Fact 35, coyotes take many fawns every year. Their impact is highest in open desert units. Fawn recruitment actually matters more than total herd size. Fact 36, mule deer have relatively small home ranges compared to elk. They don't wander far without reason. This makes scouting more valuable. If you find a buck's core area, you're in his living room. Fact 37, mule deer use the same travel corridors for years. These routes are tied to terrain and wind patterns. Hunters who learn these corridors consistently find deer. Fact 38, habitat fragmentation is one of the biggest threats to mule deer. Roads, fences, and development all disrupt their movements. Bucks adapt, but often retreat to less accessible terrain. Fact 39, mule deer populations rise and fall with moisture cycles. Drought kills feed. Poor feed kills antler growth, fawn survival, and adult resilience. Moisture years create big antlers. Fact 40. Harsh winters can wipe out 30% or more of a herd. Winter severity sets the tone for the next 3 to 5 years of hunting, so adjust your expectations accordingly. Fact 41. Mature bucks are usually solitary outside the rut. They avoid attention. Big bucks live where pressure is low and visibility is high. Fact 42. Bachelor groups form in summer. Bucks tolerate each other when hormones are low. These groups break up as fall approaches and hormones increase. Fact 43. During the rut, bucks abandon caution. They move more during daylight and cover more ground. Hunters can capitalize on this temporary vulnerability. Fact 44. Peak mule deer rut occurs in late November in most of the western Rocky Mountains. It's going to change in some of your more southern states. Daylight increases, movement spikes, and bucks go places they'd never go any other time of year. Fact 45. Secondary rut activity can continue into December and even early January. If you're hunting late season tags, don't quit early. Late cycling does bring bucks back. Fact 46. Mule deer bucks make rubs to communicate dominance. These rubs are often spread out and subtle, but when you find fresh sign, you're near a buck's core area. Fact 47. Mule deer rarely make scrapes. Unlike whitetails, mule deer don't use scrapes as territorial markers. Don't waste your time looking for them. Fact 48. During the rut, bucks shadow doe groups. They stay close enough to monitor does without standing in the open. This pattern helps late season hunters find buck concentrations. Fact 49. Fights between bucks are less common than most hunters think. Sparring happens, but serious battles usually occur only between equally matched deer. Fact 50. Antler size reflects age, nutrition, and genetics. You can't change genetics or age structure in a unit, but you can hunt areas with better feed. Feed produces bigger antlers. Fact 51. Velvet antlers are extremely sensitive. Bucks avoid thick brush while growing antlers. This shapes their summer travel patterns. Fact 52. Mule deer shed velvet quickly once testosterone rises. The shift from soft to hard antler makes major behavioral change. Patterns break, bucks get cagey. Fact 53. Mule deer can live 10 to 12 years in the wild. Most hunters never see a truly old buck because those deer avoid all the easy country. Fact 54. Most mature bucks harvested are 4 to 6 years old. Older deer are significantly harder to kill. They rely on memory and caution more than instinct. Fact 55. Mule deer thrive in terrain with mixed vegetation. Sage, bitterbrush, aspens, and timber edges are ideal. The more habitat variety, the more deer. Fact 56. High country mule deer prefer basins, bowls, and subalpine pockets. These areas offer rich summer forage and cooler temperatures. If you want big early season bucks, go high. 57. Desert mule deer survive incredible heat. They rely on moisture-rich plants rather than water sources. In dry units, focus on the most robust browse patches. 58. Mule deer depend on thermal cover during summer days. Shade and airflow dictate bedding choice. North-facing slopes are premium bedding real estate. Number 59. North slopes stay cooler and hold better moisture. This improves both bedding and forage. Bucks gravitate towards these slopes unless pressured. Fact 60. Mule deer often feed low and bed high. This pattern maximizes morning thermals for scent detection. If you follow it, you can predict movement. Fact 61. Edge habitat is mule deer paradise. They love transitions between sage, timber, and bitterbrush. These edges offer food variety and escape options. Fact 62. Mule deer movement peaks at dawn and dusk. They're classic crepuscular animals. Plan your glassing and stalking around these windows. Fact 63. Cloudy days increase midday activity. Deer stay cooler and shadows stay consistent. Overcast days are some of the best glassing days. Fact 64. High winds push mule deer into timber. Wind noise reduces their ability to detect predators, so they seek cover. If wind is ripping, hunt thicker areas. Fact 65. Heat waves push bucks deep into shade. They won't leave cover until late evening. Glassing shady slopes becomes critical. Fact 66. Mule deer rarely travel in sight lines. They contour slopes to maintain wind advantage and visibility. Hunters who travel straight up or down get skylined or winded. Fact 67. Bucks bed with the wind at their back and a view in front. This gives them a 360-degree warning system. Fact 68. Mule deer shift bedding areas when pressured. They may only move 200 yards, but into terrain that's much harder to stalk. Pressure management is everything. Fact 69, mule deer prefer to escape uphill. It gives them better visibility and wind advantage. If you jump deer, look uphill for their next position. Fact 70, mule deer often stop and look back when fleeing. This gives you a brief window, but don't always rely on it. Mature bucks rarely make mistakes. Fact number 71, mule deer rely heavily on memory. They know escape routes, bed locations, and terrain advantages. Mature bucks repeat successful behavior. Fact number 72, mule deer become more nocturnal as pressure increases. If you're not seeing daytime movement, pressure is too high. Move deeper or hunt overlooked pockets. Fact 73, mule deer avoid roads more than hunters realize. Even a two-track can alter deer movement. Expect big bucks to use terrain that hides them from the roads. Fact 74, steep and broken terrain gives deer protection. They choose country that slows predators. Hunters who avoid difficult terrain miss the best bucks. Fact 75, bitterbrush is a crucial winter food. It sustains deer when other forage dies. Find healthy bitterbrush stands in late season and you will find deer. Fact 76, forbs dominate summer diets. High-protein plants fuel antler growth and lactation. Bucks stay near the best green feed. Fact 77, acorns can supplement mule deer diets in some regions. Oak pockets become hunting hotspots when acorn production is high. Fact 78, burn scars can be mule deer magnets. After a few years, burns explode with high-quality browse. Bucks love the visibility and feed. Fact 79, early successional plants in burns offer exceptional nutrition. These plants grow rapidly and stay tender. Burns deserve aggressive glassing. Fact 80, mule deer often bed just below ridge lines. This keeps them concealed while preserving visual advantage. Look slightly downslope, not directly on top. Fact 81, bucks commonly bed on isolated points. These points offer wind, shade, and escape route. If a point looks perfect, you can expect a deer. Fact 82, mule deer often feed into the wind. It's their primary defense. Plan stalks from the side or above and below depending on the thermals, not directly ahead. Fact 83, mule deer tolerate snow, but crust is deadly. Crusty snow limits feeding and increases predator efficiency. Winter kill usually follows crust cycles. Fact 84, mule deer group together in deep winter to conserve energy. This herding behavior can make glassing easier, but heavy snow depths force deer into survival mode. Fact 85, does teach fawns migration routes. These routes stay consistent for generations. When migration is blocked, herds collapse. Fact 86, mule deer rely heavily on dawn and dusk movement. Midday movement is rare unless weather is ideal, so use that pattern to time your stalks. Fact 87, bucks move more during November daylight than any other month. The rut overrides caution. Late season rifles capitalize on that window. Fact 88, mule deer are extremely scent cautious. They trust their nose above all else. Bad wind erases your chances instantly. Fact 89, mule deer hearing is far more sensitive than most hunters realize. Gravel crunch, clothing rub, and a backpack strap all matter. Slow down, keep it quiet. Fact number 90, mule deer adjust elevation based on weather and pressure. Hot days push them higher, storms push them lower, pressure pushes them deeper. Fact 91, mature bucks rarely bed in the same exact spot twice when pressured. They rotate microbeds. Hunters must glass bedding zones, not just trying to look for individual beds. Fact 92, mule deer rely on slope angles to stay hidden. A slight roll in the hill can hide a full-grown buck. Glass every fold. Fact number 93, bucks often watch hunters approach from far away. They leave before they're ever spotted. Stealth and long-range glassing are crucial. Fact number 94, mule deer droppings are pellet-shaped. Fresh pellets indicate nearby feeding activity. Track the moisture and shine to estimate the timing. Fact number 95, mule deer rub lines are subtle. They're spread out rather than concentrated. Even one fresh rub is meaningful. Fact 96, mule deer compete with elk for winter range. Elk can dominate terrain, push mule deer to poorer feed, and this affects buck health in the spring. Fact 97, in severe winters, elk overwhelm mule deer habitat. This reduces browse availability. Mule deer lose body weight quickly under those conditions. Fact 98, mule deer can lose up to 30% of their body weight in winter. Recovery takes them months. This affects antler growth and fawn survival. Fact 99, The biggest bucks live in the hardest terrain. They survive by outsmarting hunters year after year. If a spot looks miserable, it's worth hunting. Fact number 100, mule deer disappear into cover instantly. Their coloration, stillness, and terrain use make them ghosts. Most hunters walk past deer they never even see. And fact 101, mature mule deer survive because they don't make the same mistake twice. If you bump them, they change patterns, bedding areas, and movement immediately. Hunt with the same discipline, adjust faster than the deer do. Mule deer aren't just animals, they're masters of using terrain, wind, memory, and subtle behavior to stay alive in country that punishes mistakes. When you understand the patterns behind these 101 facts, you stop relying on luck and start relying on knowledge. Mule deer hunting becomes less about chasing random ridges and more about predicting what deer will do before they do it. Every fact is a puzzle piece, and when the pieces come together, you start to see the mountain through a mule deer's eyes, not just a hunter's, and that's when everything changes. If you're serious about taking this kind of knowledge deeper, that's exactly why I built Team Backbone. It's more than just a membership. It's a way to sharpen your edge with exclusive tools, strategies, and a tribe of hunters who refuse to quit. Inside, you're going to get 20% off site-wide on all Backbone Unlimited gear, a member-only t-shirt shipped to your door every month, not available anywhere else, full access to the digital content vault of guides, checklists, fitness programming, backcountry strategies and mindset training, a private Facebook group with direct access to me and a community of driven hunters, direct call, text, or email access to me for personalized advice on training, hunting strategy, or just sharpening your edge, and automatic entry into monthly gear giveaways. This is built for the guys who train for the hunt, push themselves in the off-season, and want to be part of a tribe that makes them better. If you're ready for that kind of inner circle, then Team Backbone is waiting for you at backboneunlimited.com underneath our membership tab. Thanks for being here. Until next time, train harder, hunt smarter, and never settle.